Hey everybody, this is Jeff Livingston with Cognitive Path, and I'm here with Josh Stanley, the leader of AI sales strategy for Zoom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for having me.
Very good, and welcome to DC. What do you think of being up here during peak foliage?
Oh, it's beautiful. I love flying and landing and seeing all the monuments. It was beautiful. Loved it. Right? Coming from Florida, it's quite a drastic climate change.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Are you northern or southern?
Northern Florida, but we don't get this type of season change.
Very good, very good. And obviously working at Zoom, Zoom's a storied company of the past decade, obviously instrumental during the pandemic. As we've moved into this AI era, you guys have chosen to offer AI services for free when others have, maybe added that little markup or a module. Why have you guys chosen that approach?
We went back and forth on this, quite frankly, and we made the decision that the data is our customers, and we want to just surface that data for them when they want to have access to that information. We believe that it'll create greater value for our product. So there's certainly benefit for us of including it at no additional cost. And we just, we've been very, very pleased to see how customers have responded in terms of being able to adopt and deploy it and use the technology and provide a lot of great feedback. And that's helped us, of course, fine tune and improve on the model as well.
Very cool. And I understand you were just on stage talking about AI Companion. Yeah. First of all, what is AI Companion, so folks will know what that specifically means to them?
Sure. So AI Companion is just that. It's a companion that offers AI services for users within the Zoom application. And in our commercial space, that's including in 12 different products. Most people don't know we have even 12 products. In fact, actually, we have over 20 different products, which surprises a lot of people. One great thing is being known for being incredibly fantastic at delivering meetings, but that can be a challenge when you're trying to explain everything else you do.
Sure.
But AI Companion is just that. It is an associate, somebody that's along the ride with you to be able to help improve your efficiency, your effectiveness, make you more productive, extract out the right information at the right time to be able to help people become, again, more productive.
So a bit of an assistant, if you would.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Okay, very cool. And how's the response been to the launch so far?
Amazing. Being the fact that it is included at no additional cost to their existing services makes it a lot easier to turn it on and test it. We have over 4 million accounts that it's turned on for, doing millions of meeting summaries every single month. And as you can imagine, that helps us fine tune and improve as well, making sure that we optimize the output as well. So it's allowed us to be able to get much more effective in terms of our offering and expand our offering as well. So very, very pleased with the customer response.
So it's funny, I have a friend that works in the federal sector, and they like to call services like yours mission entangling, where it becomes so entrenched and necessary because of things like those additional apps that people can't do without them. So that sounds pretty good.
I'm glad you actually brought that up because I do want to draw a line of demarcation, I guess. So we have a commercial offering that's been around for over a year. That's where most of our customers are. We actually announced in September that AI Companion for Meeting Summary is now FedRAMP approved, so it's in our Gov offering.
Outstanding.
So that's a little bit newer. We have less customers on that. We have many testing and piloting certain use cases within their environment, and that allows us to be able to, again, fine-tune the way in which the offer works for specifically Gov customers.
Interesting. Let me ask you, while we're on the government side, what are some of the more interesting use cases you're seeing in the Gov space?
So we're hearing a lot around just optimizing, right? Things that organizations and departments are doing over and over and over again, trying to find ways to be more efficient, more effective in those. One of the most common I hear over and over is recruiting, right? So we do a lot of interviews.
Sure.
Some of these agencies have large staffs, and they're constantly bringing people in. So the ability to be able to analyze multiple interviews, bring that information together, make a more intelligent hiring decision, and then to use that information in the onboarding process, right? So I can take, because that is captured, summarized, and we can use that information in the onboarding process to make sure those employees are well trained and are productive as fast as possible to shorten that learning curve.
Pretty outstanding. Now, you help folks also customize the way that they deploy AI. Is that correct?
Yeah.
How does that work?
We have multiple controls in the system that allow you to be able to deploy, across the organization, certain groups, certain employees. You can even customize down the specific feature, the way in which it's available for one employee versus another employee. So we provide and allow you to slice and dice the way in which it's implemented across your organization in the most effective way possible, right? Starting small, providing use cases, seeing value, and then expanding on it from there.
Outstanding. And how do you see Zoom AI Companion evolving both near term and maybe in a few years long term?
I love talking about this because it's much easier in the gov space because the predecessor is our commercial offering. So you can kind of just look what we're doing in the commercial space and determine what do we want to pull in and what's going to provide value for government organizations. So ideally, I see short term our ability to be able to use the transcript in the meeting to be able to ask questions inside that meeting. So you don't have to wait until the summary or the meeting is over to be able to summarize it. So I can pull out, imagine having a project meeting, and at the end of that meeting, ask a question of the transcript. What action items were discussed on this meeting? And then we all review each one of those action items, assign it to an individual. It's going to help us create accountability to it. So we do anticipate rolling that out fairly soon. And then the ability to be able to use recording more intelligently. So to be able to press a button, record that meeting, but more than just get video content and video imagery and audio, but to be able to extract information out, use AI to do highlights, to do topical video playback, to have searchable transcript, to have next steps, to have coaching capabilities. Like I can tell a presenter that they're talking a little too fast, probably like me right now. I can tell them that maybe they went on a long spiel and they should have probably shortened that a little bit. So we can tell them things after that meeting is over in that recording to help them become better presenters, right?
Very cool. I haven't heard the word spiel in quite a while.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome. So one last question for you on the federal side. Obviously, there's unique needs. There's unique acquisition requirements.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about some of the stuff that you're seeing on the AI front that you're having to meet as far as policy and requirements?
Yeah. So I would say that obviously first and foremost is we became FedRAMP approved last month. Right, so a lot of that stuff has been worked on over the past year, and we'll kind of continue to expand and grow from there in terms of where our certifications lie and what we're able to focus on and help support. Our involvement with customers right now is really understanding what are those specific and those unique needs around the product. So that we can support. So we're hearing things like around accessibility, right? How can you use tools like this to be able to support the way in which we need to ensure that we are able to deliver on a diverse workforce, right? How do we do that? Things like language translation, things like there's no shortage of list of things that we're working on to be able to improve on.
Very cool.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to end on a little bit of a softball. What's your favorite AI app that everybody should know about?
Ooh, there's so many. There's some fun ones that are out there that I think.
Yeah, let's have a fun one.
Yeah. My first thought went to one of our partners, actually, is Perplexity.ai.
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite because I am a source nerd. I like to know where data's coming from.
Sure.
So if I ask AI a question and it gives me an answer, I'd like to be able to go sometimes a little deeper. So I love the fact that they provide services around the sources. I also love the fact that you can one-click options to continue the conversation and expand on it. Of course, everybody knows ChatGPT and all the other ones, but Perplexity's been one that has been my go-to for a while. Right.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Really appreciate your time today, Josh.
Thank you very much. Appreciate
All right,
it.
brother.